this has seriously changed our company. Like, we're getting so much demand right now, it's like we can't even handle it. And it's directly after the Hackaday prize. So it's like, yes, the prize money was great, it helped a lot, but the exposure is just beyond what we could have imagined. Realistically, we always envisioned this being a product. So going into it, we wanted to make it kind of, sellable. So we kind of had a brand, we had everything set up. So the process we used to manufacture are actually the same we used to prototype. We're doing something interesting where we're actually making our final product 3D printed. We're only able to do that because we're using Mark forged parts, which are like much higher quality than most 3D printers. So we actually have embedded carbon fiber in the robot, so it's pretty strong compared to even other injection molded parts. What's really nice about that is we can make a design change and have the next line of robots printing out overnight, already integrated into the manufacturing process. The Hackaday community is definitely like more knowledgeable than most people we deal with, so they were really critical on actually a few topics that we weren't right on. We actually had some people correct us, and they were right. So it was a good experience getting kind of like the critical critics, with the harsh criticism towards us. The original founder of Huntington Dynamics is Kent Gilson, and he is a serial entrepreneur, so this is his like 9th startup company, and he made a supercomputing company before this. He designed his own language called Viva to make supercomputing programming easy to do. And so we're actually using all of his technology in the robot itself, so we have a supercomputer on the robot. And so he doesn't have a background in robotics, but actually in supercomputing. And the robot kind of evolves by the capabilities you can have with supercomputing, but putting it into the physical reality. So a lot of the competitors we're seeing that are doing other 3D printed robots, there's a few problems where they don't have precision and also a payload. So we're able to actually get both of those by using the FPGA, and we actually have a clever encoder system that gives us extreme precision even though all the parts are 3D printed. The most important feedback we have is from customers complaining they can't do something. That's the biggest tell of something needs to change and the direction it needs to go in. Our company is actually very heavy on the engineering side, and it's really good. It's really good for making a good product, but there's a whole world that we're missing, and we need the interdisciplinary focus. We need more business people, more marketing to actually communicate our product. It's like the biggest piece of advice is just do it. The best thing you can do is fail as fast as you can. Once you get that first prototype existing, it won't work the first time, but you know exactly what to change, and that's the process. Don't try to make it perfect right away. We definitely found the right audience. It's a lot of makers that also want to go into the high technical areas of makers. So we're looking at venture capitalists right now. We're talking to a few like Silicon Valley big companies. I don't know if I want to name drop them, but we're looking to raise money to buy like all the manufacturing processes. So we're actually sticking with 3D printers. So we're making a 3D printer farm in our office right now, but we might try to get a bigger warehouse for that. But it's kind of, we need an initial investment to be able to reach the market we're already talking to. Yeah, we've already added 3 people to the team, and I think a 4th is coming out next month. So we're really scaling up fast, but that's the spirit of startups. So right now we are struggling to keep a feature freeze, so not adding any new features, not making anything fancy, just focusing on making one product reliably and fast. And there's a lot of streamlining, a lot of headaches that go into that, but